The belief that God exists in three persons, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, may ultimately be beyond our understanding, but it is not a contradictory belief. In fact, I'd hesitate to even call it a paradox. I'll say it again. The doctrine of the Trinity is not illogical. It's perfectly coherent. If I were to say that God is one person and God is three persons, then yes, that would be illogical. If I were to say that there is one God and there are three gods, then yes, that would be a contradiction. But to say that there is one God expressed through three beings, that's not illogical. It's merely difficult to comprehend from our human viewpoint. Logically speaking, it is possible. One might use the illustration of the fact that the Queen, my boss, and myself are all different people, but we share the same essence in that we're all human. What I am is human, flesh, bones, blood, etc. The Queen is also human, and so is my boss. Who I am is Phil, my mind, spirit, and soul, and that makes me quite distinct from the Queen and my boss. And so we share the same what, or essence, of being human, but we are three different and distinctive who in our identities. In the same way, in describing the Trinity, God is the what, and the Father, Jesus, and Holy Spirit are the who. Different persons, but sharing the same essence, God. In other words, there is one what and three who. This is so important and helpful that I'm going to repeat it. If I were to say that there is only one God and there are three gods, then that would be a contradiction. If I were to say that there is only one what and there are three whats, that would be a contradiction. But in the doctrine of the Trinity, that's not what we're saying. We're saying that there is only one what and three who. There's nothing contradictory about that. There is one essence and three named persons or beings who share that essence. Jesus said, "My Father is greater than I." Surely this contradicts the notion that God the Father and Jesus are co-equal in power and glory, as the Trinitarian doctrine teaches. In response, this brings us back to understanding the difference between our essence and our personhood. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are equal in essence and glory in that they're all God. But they each have their own personhood and their own roles. Going back to my previous illustration, the Queen, my boss, and I each have different roles. My boss is greater than I within his role, and the Queen is greater than my boss within her role. Yet we're all equal in essence because we're all human. In this example, the what is human and the who is the Queen, my boss, and I, who are equal in our humanity, but we each have different roles. In the Trinity, the what is God and the who is the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, who are equal in their divinity, but they each have different roles.